Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolutely epic tale of gods, ambition, and a cataclysm that literally reshaped the ancient world. And it's all drawn from the incredible chronicles of the Anunnaki.
So, we're going to start at the end, with this really profound question from a god who's looking out over the ruins of civilization. And this question, you'll see, it really frames our entire story.
Now our story really kicks off, not with war, but with this massive reconstruction project right after the Great Flood. It's a new beginning, and it coincides with the arrival of the Anunnaki Supreme King Anu, all the way from their home planet Nibiru.
You have to picture this. Cities are literally rising from the mud of the floodplains. They're building these magnificent palaces for the gods. They even built a 7-stage ziggurat, a literal stairway to heaven. This wasn't just for show, it was a powerful symbol of their authority here on Earth.
So after a lot of back and forth, a lot of debate about what to do with humanity, King Anu makes this huge call. He decides the Anunnaki aren't just going to rule humanity, they're going to guide them. They are going to uplift their entire civilization. So here's the plan. They decide to share their knowledge, they grant humans their own kingship, and they divide the world into these distinct zones of influence. But this whole grand design, which was supposed to create order, well, it actually ended up setting the stage for everything that was about to go wrong.
Right, because a fragile peace like that, it's always built on simmering resentments, and you've got two figures in particular who are about to shatter it. The pardoned but still sidelined Marduk, and the incredibly ambitious goddess Inanna.
Okay, so let's talk about Inanna. She is brilliant, she's power-hungry, and she knows that just having a piece of territory isn't enough. No, she needs the divine blueprints for civilization itself, the sacred MEs. And she doesn't try to take them by force. Oh no, she uses her wit and her charm. In this unbelievably daring move, she tricks Enki, the keeper of all wisdom, and steals these sacred formulas, securing the very essence of power for her city, Uruk. We're talking about a heist of truly cosmic proportion. Meanwhile, you've got Marduk, just watching all of this go down. And this quote, it just captures the raw fury of a god who's been pushed way too far. For him, seeing Inanna's meteoric rise while he's stuck as a landless outcast, well, that was the final straw.
So in an act of pure defiance, Marduk decides, fine, if you won't give me a domain, I'll build one myself. But this wasn't just a city, it was a statement. That tower was basically an unauthorized spaceport, a direct challenge to the established order and to the authority of the High Commander Enlil.
And there was absolutely no way Enlil was going to let that challenge stand. So one night, he destroys Marduk's tower. And then he takes this drastic step to make sure that a rebellion of united humanity could never, ever happen again.
In a single devastating stroke, humanity's common language was shattered. Enlil introduced different languages, different scripts, creating confusion and division. It was a move designed to prevent them from ever again uniting under one rogue leader against the gods.
And just like that, the world was split. You now have two incredible civilizations, Sumer and Egypt, rising up as proxies for the two rival godly clans, each one led by their own ambitious champion. This great rivalry was now basically hardwired into the fabric of human civilization itself.
For centuries, you have this really uneasy tension. But Marduk, who's now known as Ra over in Egypt, he's playing the long game. He's just waiting for a sign that he believes is written in the stars themselves.
So Marduk declares that the heavens themselves are proclaiming his supremacy. You see, the celestial clock was shifting from the age of the bull to the age of the ram, and for him, this was a divine prophecy. This was the ultimate justification for his rule, and it was a claim the other gods absolutely could not ignore. This sends the council into a complete panic. Enki, Marduk's own father, is pleading with them to just accept fate and avoid a war. But Enlil and the others, they refuse. Their decision was made: deny Marduk control of the spaceport at all costs. And to stop this one god's ambition, they made a choice that would bring about a disaster like nothing seen before. They decided to use weapons they had sworn long ago never to touch. Seven weapons of terror, hidden away in some secret spot since the earliest days, were brought out. And their target? To completely, utterly obliterate the spaceport and any city that was loyal to Marduk. But unleashing that kind of power, it created a horrifying side effect: a deadly, dark, radioactive cloud, an evil wind that broke free and started drifting east on the atmospheric currents,
right toward the heart of their civilization. And this is the truly chilling part. The wind just silently crept through Sumer, bringing a death you couldn't see and couldn't escape. It wasn't loud like a flood. It was a quiet, invisible killer. It was a calamity worse than the Great Flood itself.
And here is the ultimate bitter irony. The evil wind, the fallout from the attack meant to destroy Marduk's power base, it drifted right past his own city of Babylon, leaving it completely untouched. In their attempt to stop him, the gods had accidentally destroyed their own civilization and left him as the sole power standing in the ruins.
So, looking out at this devastation, a horrified Enki makes one last decision. This history of ambition, of rivalry, and this catastrophic failure, it had to be preserved. He commanded that the entire story be recorded because he believed humanity needed to know the truth about its creators.
And that is this story's enduring legacy. It's a record left behind so that humanity might understand its creators and maybe, just maybe, avoid making the same catastrophic choices. It's a question, really, for all of us to consider.